you. Questions on your garden, he will answer true. Control your pest compost properly to heal your soil and make your life too. So don't panic.
Hi everybody, this is Andy Lopez,
It's organic.
better known as the Invisible Gardener.
A little bit of quiet sound there. I like that, I suppose. Probably not a good idea again, huh? Maybe I messed up and didn't tape it again. So I guess that's the way it works. See, I had taped all this already. There should be like my voice up here already. So so somehow I didn't do it again. I seem to be having the issues lately, you know, in terms of getting all these technical stuff together. It's probably because I have to do them in the last minute. So I apologize for that. There's a lot of stuff going on in my life right now, getting ready to do eye surgery, you know, dental surgery, and amongst it. I scheduled my dental surgery in between my eye surgery, and I'm not supposed to do that. So stuff like that, you know. So anyway, you're listening to Don't Panic, It's Organic. I think my voice is fine. Everything seems to be coming across okay, except the fact I don't have any sound coming out of the speaker here in terms of sound that's supposed to be coming out through that I taped already. So again, I must be doing something wrong. I think I did it, but I must have taped it, saved it as a different name other than the actual date. So sometimes I might do that by accident. But so anyway, we have lots of interesting things going on. So starting next week, really. So it's next month in September. We're going to be doing the first chapter of my book, Don't Panic, It's Organic. And it's going to be the first month of the workshop. I talked to you about, last week I talked to you about that I'm starting it's a year-long workshop. It's a Don't Panic, It's Organic online workshop. And you don't have to register. You can just watch it, you know, through YouTube, for example, or on my website, or any other number of places. Like it gets posted up on Facebook, for example. So, but if you want to get involved, this is an opportunity for you to really learn from. I was going to say from the master, but I'm not going to call myself a master. Excuse me, I got to blow my nose. But to really learn and to expand your knowledge of growing organically, as well as if you were planning on doing, if you have a business that's organic, you want to expand your business, your knowledge of organics, this is the place to go. And I very rarely do a workshop like this, but I decided to start doing this. This is really great that people we can talk to each other. I can cover all kinds of stuff. So I've been doing this a long time. So my website, invisiblegardener.com, you should spell gardener, GARDENER.com. You'll find that I have really lots of things set up there for people to get their questions answered, you know, and to talk to me directly. What I've started normally it's a club basically. It's called Club IG. It's kind of like Club Med. When I first saw Club Med, I wonder if this is working right. Maybe it is. When I first saw Club Med, I have to do a little. Let me see here. Let me see a chat. I'm going to ask Mr. Business, my engineer, we okay? Because I'm used to hearing my voice, and if I don't hear my voice when I'm talking, I get very nervous. and in this. I guess talking like this, it goes through it goes through the camcorder or the cam. Okay, good. Instead of I would rather it goes through the headphone and to this whole equipment we have set up here, because then when I hear my voice, I know everything's happening fine, because that's just the way it works. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, let's see. So ideally, I'd like you to register. And for starters, if you're a member of the club, you're already registered. And the way you can get involved in the show, to whether you can Zoom, because we use Zoom, so you can use Zoom to log in, be part of the audience where you have questions and I can talk to you. And using Zoom, you can show me pictures, show me videos of what's going on. See, that's really, really cool, isn't it? So we can do that, but so you have to be registered one way or the other. So either you join, and normally the membership is $20 lifetime, a digital membership, or 50 is 35 if you're a senior citizen, or 55 if you're, I would say, regular, and that is for the lifetime membership. And the digital, that's the lifetime membership, but with the printed version of the book. So the way I've been doing it since 1970. Whatever current version of my book is printed, that's the one that people get when they join, and they get the printed version. So if you're a senior citizen, you get a $20 book. You only pay $15 for a lifetime. So if you're a regular person, I gotta get that straight. A regular person, you pay $55, which is $35 for the membership, and then $20 for the book. But so now the current book is Don't Panic, It's Organic, which happens to be the book that we're working on through the workshop. And so the cost of the workshop, whether you're a member, or not. Well, actually, wait. So it's $20 if you were to buy the printed version of the book. If you want to get the current printed version of the book, even my members, right, don't have the current. All of them don't have the current printed version of my book. A lot of members, when they join, they get the PDF version, and you read it that way. So you don't have to buy the print version. The print version, to me, is very nice, having something that you can hold and you write in. You can use as a manual. It's important to me. It's important because I want you to be buying my book. You get it from Amazon. Just type in Invisible Gardener's gardening book, or Invisible Gardener's books, right? And you'll find that if you look, you'll see I have all these books up there. They're in Kindle version, but you'll see the print version of Don't Panic, It's Organic. That's what you want, the $20 print version. On my website, I sell a $55 print version, but it's a colored version. So you see the black and white the $20 version is a black and white, and the $55 is in color. Okay, and I'm not selling it through Amazon, because when the book came out a few years ago, somebody was reselling my book in color for $300, and people would call me up, why are you selling your book for so much? And I contact Amazon, and they said, well, those third-party vendors have a perfect right to sell it for whatever they want to think the value is. So on one level, I appreciated that they valued my book at $300, but another level, I didn't go for it. So now it's $55 for the color version of my book. You can only get that through my website, or you get that as a contest when you win the contest. So every month we have a contest, and you enter the contest by the same way that you registered for the newsletter, and for the same way you registered for the workshop. See, members, when you join, you're already registered, and so the way you tell people, you tell me you want to be in the workshop, is you click on I want to be in the workshop in the newsletter. It'll say click on here if you want to be in the workshop, and then the email will go straight to me in a special box, right? That I don't have to shift through the email to figure out who you are, right? The other way is, if you don't want to join, you should subscribe to get the newsletter. You get the newsletter, and then within the newsletter, you'll see the same thing. Click on here for the workshop, right? And then once you get it registered in the workshop, then I'll have your name and everything so that when you can click on the welcome to Zoom, when for the Zoom meeting, because that's how you get here. You go to my website, which says live radio, but basically it takes you to bbs.com. There are two stations. I'm on station one. Well, one for the Don't Panic, It's Organic. Two for the Cosmic Spaceship. and then you click on their Zoom meeting, which brings up the Zoom program, and you're in with Zoom, right? So so that's the two ways you get into the workshop. Otherwise, if you're not registered and I don't have your name, I don't know if I know who you are. then that's okay. But I don't want to get spam. I don't want people to show up that really just want to not be a part of the show, but to make some trouble. You know, that could happen. So plus I'll control the traffic a little bit. Okay. So the next so anyway, you get the book from Amazon. It's called Don't Panic, It's Organic. Okay. And also too, with the newsletter, you can find lots of other things. Because in the newsletter, we're going to be going over the workshop. In the newsletter, we're going to be talking. It's another button there that says question, right? It allows you to send a question directly for pertaining to that particular workshop directly to me, also too, so you can communicate with me. The newsletter will also provide the organic hotline number if you're linked to the organic hotline number for members. So if you're members, you get access to your members page, and the members page has, for starters, you get 21 books. I have written 21 books. I'm going for my coffee. I should be getting a callers pretty soon. We'll see. Anyway, I've written 21 books. The last one was, of course, the Don't Panic, It's Organic. The one before that was Natural Pest Control Alternatives to Chemicals for the Home and Garden. And then there was a whole series of them, which I will cover next week in a little more detail for you, because I have one called Dances with Ants that recently was also updated. What I do is every few years I update the books. Okay, so every few years you get a newer version of the book done, which I put more information in, and hopefully it'll make it a little clearer for you. So there's natural rose care, there's organic fruit tree care, organic tree care, the natural lawn, the healthy pet. There's one how to control cockroaches. There's another one on the organic vegetable garden. I said that at the same time for a magical garden. And there's like 20 of them. This is number 21. And they're all up there in PDF format. I'm debating whether or not I should actually transfer them up onto the website, so you can actually just read off the website. But it's got to be a lot hard. I guess not everybody uses computers because people are on their cell phone. But I can't imagine reading a PDF file or even reading anything on a regular basis off of my phone. So I'm not sure how to transfer the information other than just put it up on the website, and people will either use the website or they won't, right? For me, I'll probably stick to using the computer to go online with. I don't like using my cell phone to go onto my own site. It's just too small. That I might get a small iBook, but even that, I think I'll just try to stick to I like my computer. My phone works really good for cell stuff, but I'm not going to be doing cruising through my website. So you get better results by using the computer. So hopefully you have one to use. If not, it is a bit, it does work on the phones. It's just that it's very small for me. So this workshop coming up now, which is September, that's next week, right? And next week I'm going to be talking. It's going to be interesting whether or not I'll do this for the whole month, because again, I want to have, so for example, this particular topic, the mycelium intelligence, I have some people that would like to be on as guests, but I like to be courteous and give them some notice rather than say, hey, next week you're going to be on, right? Or even next month, because doesn't give people really enough time to do anything. So I'm thinking that, and again, this is just because the way things have been happening lately in my life and around the world and everything, I haven't had a chance to really think about 12 months in advance, if you know what I'm saying, right? So I probably will do it, and I'll talk to them and see if they can come on for like a little quick meeting, is quick hello, or even I can get them during this coming month of September. So I have some work for Deborah to do, to contact a few people and see if they would like to be on as a guest. As one company specifically, which I do my soil labs with, and they're called EarthSport. They take care of all my soil testing, all my testing for diseases in the soil, the testing for the quality and minerals in the soil, testing, I'm going to actually be doing one of the shows, not the whole month, but it'll be one of the shows we'll talk about all these different tests, and that's another one that I will have them on to talk about as well, so they can go over all the tests with me. It's called the Mycelium Intelligence. I am, and it's interesting the mushrooms came up now because that's basically what I associate mycelium with, and that's mushrooms. And for my customers, I'm always helping in order to bring the soil back to life. And the way I know that the soil is living, right? How can I tell the soil is living? I look for signs, right? And no, I don't look for the skies to part and the sun to open up and start talking to me, or the angels to come down, or those are cool. But I rather get the direct sign from the soil, and the direct sign is the presence of mushrooms. Mushrooms grow directly from the mycelium. If you can see from the picture on the side, they go directly from the mycelium. So when mushrooms are growing, there must be some mycelium in the soil. Therefore, the soil is feeling much, much better. And it's none of the. What's interesting too is that the mushrooms that I do grow on people's properties are not the psychedelic ones, okay, and they're not the poisonous one either. They're usually told a variance of totally harmless mushrooms that won't harm anyone, and actually delicious if you accidentally eat it by accident. There are many companies now on the market on the internet. And there's one particular that who wrote a book, Paul Stamets, who wrote a book called How Mushrooms Can Save the Earth. I want to get him on as a guest. And so I'm working on the list, Deborah, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to contact them, and we'll set something up for people to come on my show. Or maybe I should talk to them first. We'll figure it out. And so that's going to be the Mycelium Intelligence, because there's lots of information there. And I'm really thinking of doing the whole month of September just on the Mycelium Intelligence. Because people don't entirely either don't understand it or entirely don't appreciate this whole mycelium business, okay? And so, and there's a relationship with the mycelium in the soil, right? And the health of the soil, and the relationship between the health of the soil and anything that grows in the soil, right? You see? And the whole foundation of all of this is the mycelium in the soil. If there's no mycelium in the soil, you don't have any, the soil is not healthy. By healthy, I mean that it's not functioning. It may be alive with fungus and other bad bacteria, which have a different purpose, but it's not functioning with the type of bacteria and enzymes and microorganisms that we want, right? Because there's always two different types of two things going on, right? You know that, right? There's always the good guys and the bad guys. Make it simple, right? Well, I sure hope this here thing is working right, because I don't hear anything, but I see the little microphone thing going up and down. That's green, so I figure that's good. The guy, my private voice says is all good, so I figure we're all good here. But this is really weird, because by now we should have gotten some callers, But hey, maybe I didn't do it right, So anyway, and I don't mention the phone number all the time and everything, because I figured by now you should know it. It's up there on the website. Plus, I also have it on the video version. You should be watching the video version, which is the best way to enjoy the workshop. You can do the audio version, but you're missing out on a lot of different things, because I have the ability to, with the video version, I put my pictures up there, right? I can do my videos up there. I do tons and tons of videos all the time. And what to me, what it's all about, the reason why I do all these videos and all these pictures is because, a picture's worth 1,000 words. So I'm very lazy these days, and I would like to have 1,000 words with a picture. Like I just did a picture now called Heal the Earth, right? With a little leaf there in the sand. To me, that means a lot. And that's one of the recent things that we're doing on this show, is basically we're healing the ocean, we're healing the soil. And I've talked before about the relationship that the soil has to the health. The health of the soil has to the health of the earth, right? And it's obvious what the health of the earth has relationship to all of us, all living beings, from insects to birds to bees to, dinosaurs when they used to be here. Whatever was living here depended really on the health of the earth. And the health of the earth really, whether anything lives on there or not, really is dependent upon the soil. No soil, you're not going to have too many things alive. Understand, right? So the workshop, we're going to be covering and if I don't do the whole month of mycelium intelligence, is because I probably am going to, down the road, move the mycelium intelligence a little further down, like say another 6 months, and have it then, which gives time for me to get a whole series of people who are involved in this business, right, to come on and talk, which is what I want to do as part of the workshop. And so that it gives me a chance for the next one after that. It's called the Vegetable Gardening Guide. So I just have to look at what people are out there that I would like to invite on my show that are good organic vegetable gardeners that would like to be on as a guest on my show and talk about organic gardening and what their experience is, and any tips, anything, show some videos and pictures and stuff like that. We have the whole month, and that's either going to be in September or in October. Okay, because these are be ongoing things. So I'm going to be looking for some local organic gardeners, plus any nationwide organic gardeners that are interested or that are members. Especially members. If you're a member and you have a really cool organic garden and you want to share it, just let me know. And I'm more than happy to share with the rest of the world. Plus, if you have questions, because that's what it's really all about, is why I come on to, I do all this stuff, is because, I want to answer your questions. So, and I normally do this for my club members. Normally, when I do, like for example, this show here right now, it's the general public. But I bet you I can do a private version of it that's only available to my members. If I could do that and limit it to the members that I have, and I might be doing some type of private workshop like that down the road. But I would much rather have it open to the general public and to help a wider range of people. I've been going through the last few years fires every year. And now with the virus, people have been going through a rough time, and the fires really destroy everything, and then everything's being rebuilt again. But I notice they're not really paying attention to the health of the soil, because then they're going to be planting in toxic soil. Uh-oh. That was scary. So I do have sound. See, that's proof. So it's interesting. So I must have deleted. I must have just not just spaced it out again in terms of. Oh, what is it? Is it moving? Yeah. In terms of what I had already taped and was ready to do, it's hard to work with other people and then things happen and it's not accordingly lead to what you're doing, right? So I had a plan for other people to show up here so we can talk. They have questions and so forth, but I don't see them making it here, so. That's not working. So what I'm thinking of doing in the future, I might, instead of doing it, because this is it's not a waste of my time, but it's kind of like a waste of my time because I could have taped all this part here next and had a lot more fun doing it. But it's if I'm going to get somebody on as a guest to talk, I can also tape it when they're on, whatever time the day more convenient for them, and then put it into the show, the taped version of it. So I think that's what I'm going to start doing, is start setting people up an appointment with them. You want to do, well, let's do it now. We go, they call me via Zoom, and we'll tape it right there on the spot, and then I'll have it to use on the show. So I think I'll do that. And also, so that also helps in terms of the classes too, in the workshop, because if you have a question, you want to be taped, I can tape you, ask me the question, and I'll play it part of the workshop, right? So that's also good too, because sometimes you're not available during the times when it's live, but you can send in your question. You can call me up to say, I have a question. Let's tape it on Zoom so you can play it on the show. That works for me too. Anyway, starting September, we're going to be doing the workshop. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so for example, there's 4 weeks in September. So one of the 4 weeks, I want to have. I'm changing the format a little bit. I want to see how this all will work out. But one week out of the month, I'm going to have a guest on. That doesn't mean it takes the whole hour. The guest will get the half hour of the show. 15 minutes is always going to be some Visible Gardener live cam issue. So it'll be a shot live during the week that I do the work. So you'll see what I'm doing out there in real life. The other 15 minutes will probably have to do with membership, or it may have to do with questions. If somebody has a question, I'll probably have it. No, I'll have it like it'll be live anyway. So if anybody calls, that's the time to ask a question. But again, as I said, if you have a question and you can't do it live on the show, let me know. We can tape it and I'll put it up. That way you'll still be part of the show. See what I'm saying, right? So that's going to be the format. So it'll be 1 week out of the month we're going to have a guest. The other 3 weeks we're going to be doing the workshops. The workshop won't take more than half of the show, half hour. So the workshops will be a half hour. 15 minutes will be open to any live questions, even up to a half hour. It depends on the questionnaire and questionnaire, right? But it'll definitely be open for 15 minutes for questions and answers, and then we have another 15 minutes that I'll reserve. I'll say this space is blank, but basically either be about the club membership or about the next show or any other number of things that will come up to talk about. So that's going to be the basic format of the show. So basically, the first half hour is going to be like some videos and stuff that I've done that I've done recently. It could be even Visible Gardener live cam. I'm also going to be doing and getting ready to set up more production of EcoCat. So EcoCat's going to be coming on. I'm trying to set up EcoCat to come on live. See, ideally, in the ideal world, I would do EcoCat live every morning, right? Every morning I would get up and do my EcoCat show. This is what's going on, Either I would do EcoCat or a different character every morning, so that people will have something to listen to. They can subscribe to it on YouTube, and that's one of my goals I'm shooting for. Okay, but realistically, I can do a EcoCat once a week. And not just an EcoCat, because we also have Andy EcoDog, and we have Mr. Eco Dragon there also too, and so they are going to be taking turns to come on throughout the months. So the other thing is, if you have any questions for EcoCat, Andy EcoCat, or Andy EcoDog, you're welcome to send it. And I'm working on, and so you can send it to.
Oh, here we are again.
Whoa.
Just finished doing this garden.
Oh yeah, that was fun, wasn't it?
Tomatoes. See, all kinds of stuff growing in here. Once we water them, I'm going to change the person put the wrong kind of heads. Too much overhead watering. You see these things over here, not very good for the garden. You think they would be, but they're not. See these things? These overhead watering things, this is too much water. So I'm going to be changing them. Oh, look at that. We didn't plant that one right there. That still needs to go in the ground. And then I'm going to show you guys what we do to keep the rabbits off of it.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it, guys? Yep. I'm just doing way too many things. I have to set up a schedule and figure out the best way to get everything done. So I'm in the process of, upgrading everything. I'm getting more people to come on board with my business, more people come on board. Well, for example, Deborah is out there somewhere floating around waiting for me to give her landing instructions and so forth. She just came back. And she's going to be in charge of a variety of things that have to do with the radio show in terms of guests, in terms of people want to come online and talk, you know, and then she's also hopefully
Right here.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Some things are not
I don't know how
going
to
to
do
get eaten
this.
up. Nobody seems to want to eat the parsley or the arugula. These are all new things that just started. There's new plants that haven't really started coming up yet. If you look, you might find a couple of small little ones I've seen here. But it's all brand new. So I'm going to be showing you how to protect them as they come up, right? So you could, you know, you could paint them. Get a little small paintbrush and paint it onto the plant. What I do is I take a pantyhose. I used to have a whole bunch of them that people would send me, and please feel free to send me your pantyhoses. Go to my website and send it to me. But I would say save your pantyhoses, get them from a girlfriend, or just go to the store and buy a pair of pantyhose. They'll last you a long time. You can use the legs, you can use the whole part, so you can cut it up into an area. Basically what you do, you take that clove of garlic, that whole bottle of garlic, put it into the pantyhose, tie it up in a ball, doesn't sit in about 5 gallons of water. You could actually just take a small amount of that and add it to water, and then strain it out through a filter, because a little crushed garlic was getting your sprayer. I put it into a little pantyhose and let it soak. I squeeze it a little bit. I use the whole thing because I would use a whole 5 gallons of it. I have a 3-gallon sprayer, so I would spray the whole place and use up, you know, roughly 6 gallons. And you can spray the plants. What I did here was I sprayed the bed itself. You see, the bed all has this garlic smell all the way around it, which will protect it, keep the rabbits. So it not only will protect it from insects getting eaten by rabbits and other creatures as well. And that's one of the tools that you can use to protect your garden is garlic. Try to buy organic garlic, but garlic is garlic. They don't use anything on garlic these days. Nothing will eat garlic. Okay, and then I'll also start to tell you about companion planting and what you can plant around the garden that would also protect your plants as well. That's it for now.
Okay. Isn't that fun? So I kind of remember this. I don't remember doing this. I think I just crashed out yesterday, like around 6. You know, I just decided I was just going to go bye-bye, and that's what I did. I crashed out. So you gotta really enjoy this, right? You gotta go with the flow. So because ideally, no, not ideally. What was supposed to happen is I had somebody who was going to come on and sort of, you know, talk with me about some gardening questions, but he didn't make it. Then I had another person who also was supposed to come on, but he didn't make it either. You know, I had to back up to the person. I figured, well, this person may not do it, so I'll back it up. But anyway, you can see I've done all kinds of weird things. That's what happens when you stay up really late at night and you do stuff, right? And I'm going, look at this.
You spent time, money, energy, and precious water to develop a garden only to have it be taken over by ants, aphids, worms, and more.
What if you could use products from your pantry to get rid of them? Food coach Lori Corbin found a local expert that does just that, using food as pesticide.
There's nothing more frustrating than going to get your garden bounty only to find some things beat you to it. But expert Andy Lopez says bug killer won't solve your problems.
It doesn't deal with the law of cause and effect. It only deals with the effect.
The problem remains, and your solution against garden pests is temporary. Lopez says first start with the proper soil combination. If plants get a full spectrum of minerals, they won't have these challenges. He recommends rock dust, which provides the minerals, a live organic compost that offers a probiotic or good bacteria for the soil, and an acid mix mulch to help hold water.
Along with some of the organic products that Lopez uses, any one of these food products can help push pests away.
Tabasco, garlic, coffee beans, or cold brew coffee are all effective repellents.
I learned a long time ago, I used to take Louisiana Tabasco sauce, a little bit of water, and a little bit of water you spray on your plants. It's an effective way for the bugs to come. No, I don't think so.
He uses 1 tablespoon hot sauce, garlic, or strong cold brew coffee with a gallon of water and spray it all over your plants.
If you can smell it, the bugs smell it 10,000 times even more.
You can also use 1 tablespoon of flour in a gallon of water and stir to form a layer of flour on the leaves or the base of a tree.
Anybody will come along will start getting flour all over them and go, well, I don't think so, and it's a deterrent.
He invented a liquid seaweed fertilizer to feed good nutrients to your plants. Lopez also uses a tablespoon of vinegar per gallon of water, which creates a plant with higher sugar content.
So remember, the higher the sugar level, if you have all the minerals, the bug cannot eat that.
So with a little help from your pantry, your edible garden has a fighting chance. Lori Gorbin, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, guys, the show's not over yet. This is just part of, I've been doing this since 1970, so I have thousands and thousands of videos and tapes, and I just have to go through them, start pulling them up, you know, and I do, the live cam is something I do on my website. So on the homepage on the top right-hand corner, you'll see live cam. So when I'm out in the streets, right, I have a way to do the show so it's live on my website. And then, of course, it stays up there for the week that I'm doing it. And so I call it live cam. I also use a garden filter, so I'm hoping to get these guys on my show as a guest when I do the, well, ideally it should be in lots of different places. The organic vegetable garden is the perfect one for it, you know. I also use it as part of my spraying on my sprayer, you know, to provide the cleanest water that I can. Because what's the point of doing spraying natural product if the water itself is polluted with whatever chemicals they put into it to control the bacteria? And if you want to do like, if you want to have a bacterial tea, like for example, I do a lot of compost tea. I don't know if this is my me that's making all this sound here or not, because I have my little board here that I deal with all this stuff. So maybe I'm hearing lots of different things. But so you know, I do things similar to compost tea, but it's much more complicated than compost tea. Actually, compost tea is one of the things I spray, but the super seaweed it's really a microbiological activator. I made up that word. Microbiological activator is exactly what it says. In the short term, another person called it microbial food for microbes, which is pretty close to it. Also, a very simple way what it is. And so that's one of the things. So it's not just food for the microbes, it's the actual microbes, because I've learned to, when I make my super seaweed, I've learned, I don't know if I learned is the right word, or if I developed, or if I figured out, or throughout the years, I have figured out a way to concentrate the microbes in a sort of systematic form so that they don't become active until they get wet and exposed to oxygen. Okay, so they could be in a powdered form, because one of the things that I buy, and one of the easiest ways, of course, is I buy products that are already in that form. They have the microbes already in the suspended animated form, right? And so I've learned how to apply that technology and see how they did that to my other products. But basically, that's one of the things I do, is I get those things and add it to my product, so that when I add it to water and I activate it by running air bubbles through it, it activates them and wakes them up. Plus, on top of that, I like it to spray it onto the property, onto the soil, so that they are activated in the soil. Because one of the things that I definitely want to do as part of because part of my monthly services, part of the services I provide for people, is to heal the soil. And you can't just heal the soil through just spraying, right? You can't just do a spraying service and just spray and heal the soil. That's
Hello, everybody. This is Andy Lopez.
Oh, here's a dragon.
I am better known as the Invisible Gardener. How are we all doing today? So I want to fill you in on what I'm doing. Let me see if I can make this work. There you go. Look at that. Oh, boy. There you go. I set that just a little off. A little more over this way. There you go. Oh, down. Oh, there I am. Oh, where you go? Such a handsome guy. Gotta straighten this out here. Get the cameraman. What's wrong with these people? Alright, I gotta move this. No, it's not working? How about this? Okay, get it together, folks. There you go. There you go. Alright. Hi, everybody. This is Andy. You all know me as the Invisible Gardener. I'm doing all kinds of things here today. So I want to tell you about EcoCat. Yes, his name is Andy. Very nice guy. Got to meet him. He is going to be doing our current environmental alert. He's also going to be reading my articles. I do a new article every week. Okay? Let's see. So we also have Andy the Eco Dog. Yes, they're both named Andy, but I'm not prejudiced to that name, but that's the name. And he will be talking about some issues that have to do with climate change. He's going to be talking about nuclear power and also about, let's see, there was something else here, but I can't read his writing. Yeah. Okay, anyway, so he'll be on the environmental alert, and you're going to be hearing from him. Plus, I leave it up to them, whatever they want to do. And then we have Aunt May, nice old lady. She decides she wants to get in on this. I'm not sure what she's going to be talking about, but I think she wants to start off talking to you about genetically engineered organisms, or as you folks like to call them, GMOs. And then, of course, we have one more person. I'm not sure if we have a name for him or not yet. He'll let us know what his name is. And he's going to be traveling the world and telling us about what he runs into and how they're connected with climate change and what's wrong and what's right. And then there's me. Now, I will be your host. Occasionally you will see me. Most of the time you may not see me. Nevertheless, I'm right here. Now, if you have any questions, this is where we're going to answer them for you. I'll also be talking to you about my contest, because we have a contest every month. I have some new t-shirts that say "Don't Panic, It's Organic," and then we're actually going to get EcoCat, EcoDog t-shirts. And maybe one of me too. Look at my face. Isn't that handsome? Isn't that handsome? Look at this. Look at his nose. Watch this. Try to whistle. I can't whistle. Nope, can't whistle. Oh well. Anyway, so and what's interesting too is that we're going to be doing a new show every morning. You get a 5-minute show.
Oh yeah.
So thank you very much. Oh, and also going to be doing some.
That woke me right up.
Yes. Nice.
I didn't do this part. All right.
Music coming up. Yeah, okay. Here it is. Whatever. Here. So just dancing to the music.
This is not to laugh
I'll work it out.
Did you refund your money?
Parts of my body to move.
nothing that fun, guys. I promise you, I'll fix it. Okay, I just have to, I'm not a good engineer, and I tend to miss a few things, but I'm getting better at it. I'm just learning the technique. The next one, it won't be so rough. Part of the problem was I was expecting people on, see, so I could tape the whole thing. It's no errors, because I can fix it, and no reason to show the errors, But when you're doing it live, that's what happens. And so I was going to have. I have to figure out a balance. So basically, what I'm going to do is half the show will be taped, the other half will be live, and whatever. That's why it's called live. And so who knows what's going to happen? But I just try to get at least the visual section good, before I do it. So I only have to screw up with the audio section, but so I haven't gotten the visual entirely, a section entirely working perfectly yet either. But I'm doing pretty good. I think I got an 80% ratio. I think most people are happy. I've gotten good comments from people as to the direction everything is going into, and I'm getting more and more people to eventually. Nobody came on this show, but maybe next time. Every month we have a different, covering a different chapter. So one of the things I'm going to do is, I'm laughing because here's another thing I'm going to do, but I'm going to type down each month, break them up into individual pages, and then brainstorm as to who I want to have on for those months in advance, like the whole way in advance, and pass it on to Deborah so that she can figure out how to make this happen for me. Oh, it was Deborah's dog, by the way, there. And so so I'm here every week for you, you know that, right? And as an organic arborist, I can help you with all types of tree problems and everything, and help you heal with trees. And this is what the workshop is all about too. This is a perfect way for you to bring to me, tell me what's going on in your garden, right? What's going on in your property, what's going on with your fruit trees, what's going on with your roses, right? And you can very easily go out there, like if you're on the cell phone while you're talking to me, you can easily do a live thing right there. Say, this is what's going on live right there, without having to tape it or anything. You can tape it because it goes to us here on this end, and then of course I will tape it. And if it's done live over the radio station, the engineer will tape it. Then I get a copy of it, and we post it, and we figure out a way to make that work so that everybody can see what the problem is, and at the same time I can answer your question. See, and I like that, and that's one of the things I like about this is that I can do it right there from regardless of where in the world you live at. Theoretically, regardless of where in the world you live at, you should be able to do this. And so that's the direction I'm going to go into, and I'm hoping to expand it and keep going with it, right? So you have a gardening problem. I tell people I don't do marital problems, but I have saved many marriages. This is not a good analogy yet, but I have saved many marriages because the husband says, I don't care what we use in terms of chemicals for the garden. So as long as it works, right? So I'm here what you see now, if you're watching the videos, you'll see a lot of the places that I go to, the variety of different gardens that I set up for people. Everything that I talk to about in this particular video right now, we talk about coffee and how to protect your vegetable garden, how to protect your plants from a variety of different creatures that come and eat. So coffee, ideally you want to have organic coffee and use that and sprinkle it around your vegetable garden, around your plants. And you'll find that it controls snails. It's excellent snail control for snails, right? It controls a variety of other creatures from rabbits to if you happen to be in the countryside, deer, or other, anything that uses a smell, right? To find things, right? So you use and you want to, and one of the things about the coffee is that it has caffeine in it, and caffeine is very, very, is a very, very hard for most, birds, animals, like for us, when we drink it, we get this rush, right? So the snails do not survive that at all. And it's the same thing with when rabbits would come near it. If they get it on them, they lick it off, they'll feel it almost instantly. And most other mammals will respond to it, but the bigger you are, the more you have to eat, I suppose. But it works really, really well on rabbits, works really, really well on snails, So those are the two main things that people, you know, have a problem with in terms of things eating them. It also works really, really well on other, you know, dogs and cats and stuff like that. This is called peach leaf curl. Peach leaf curl. It's really,
Closer, you can see it, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so this is called peach leaf curl. Remember, all the diseases are soil-borne disease. So what it tells me is that the soil is what's having the major problem. Okay, so I've been here for 5 years now, and these people are not paying attention to the soil. No matter what I do, they are not adding compost. Compost is the key to healing this. You see how the rest of it's coming back? But it still has problems because this is a disease that's in the soil. Okay. Hi, here we are again. So here's another disease for you. Remember, all diseases start in the soil. So again, that tells me the soil is having a hard time. No matter what I do, I can't get it across to the owners or other people. It's the soil. So I could be here forever. They don't pay attention to the soil, they will always have the disease. It's like in your body. If you keep eating the junk food, you always have disease. Your soil is basically your stomach here in our case. So, and even though the plant's looking greener and it's coming back healthier, it still has the soil problem. Because if you look down here, come over here, you'll see that there's nothing in this soil. Look at this stuff. It's just not soil. Okay? Right. Hi, here I am again. So take a look at this. What do you guys think? Tell me, what do you think is going on with this tree? I think it's a peach. I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, Ghost Pride peach. See, it's a peach. So this is an extreme case of peach leaf curl. Can you tell? It's an extreme case of peach leaf curl. See? See, it's all curled up, right? And this all has to do with no soil here. There's absolutely no soil. They're not putting down compost like I'm telling you. So one of the things we're going to be doing, we're going to be putting down the compost from now on because we can't get these people to do it. No matter what we do, they ain't going to eat the right food, so we're going to do it. That's the bad case of peach leaf curl that I've ever seen. Hi, it's me. So the citrus, so this is a different type of problem, okay? So this is basically an insect. Let's see if it's in here. No, I don't see it. They usually go to sleep during the day and they hide. But this, so when it's food for the bugs, there's it's telling me that the bugs are saying, this is great food. They won't eat it if it was healthy. So this plant is going through a nutritional deficiency. Again, it goes back to the soil. So we can do whatever we want to. I've been here for a few years now. You should have seen it when I first started. It's coming back, but it will never heal if you don't heal your stomach. Got it? Okay?
You gotta love this guy, right? So I try to do, every time I go out, we definitely want to be shooting videos to pass on to you what I'm doing. And of course, I want to see what you guys are doing too. So I'll be back to you. I have a few minutes left, I think. Yeah, about 5 minutes left in the show, you know. So I do run a club, and you do need, if you want to source, uh-oh. That's healing the soil. So I guess I didn't do as much as I thought I did, but I did this. I put it together. You know, I basically do everything myself here. So I'm working on it. Sooner or later, somebody else will start doing it, getting more professional, a little more time involved with all of this. But so that's what so I'll be back again next week. I think we have another 3 or 4 more minutes. And I think I got another section of the show here. It has to do with what I do. I thought I had a verbal here, but I must have saved that part too. Maybe not. Maybe he'll start talking. Maybe he won't. But I've been in business since 1972. Yep. And so got the Invisible Gardener by going out and doing work at night, in the light of the full moon. I do natural pest control. I do natural disease control, all by healing the soil. It's amazing what happens. So the natural spraying service is a big part of it, because not only does it help heal the soil, but for some of you that don't know what I do, one of the things I do is I run a club. Besides this radio show, the club is called Club IG, stands for Invisible Gardener, Club Invisible Gardener. And as a member, you get to have access to all my books. They're in a PDF format. The books are available on Kindle if you want to buy them from Kindle. You know, I can't give them to you in the Kindle format. My books are also available from Amazon in the PDF version, but you get them for free as a member. And so, you know, as I mentioned before, I do natural spraying service. I'm also a natural arborist. I can help people keep trees healthy simply by making the soil healthy, believe it or not. That's very important. And so I'm an organic consultant. I charge $250 an hour for my time, but for my members it's free. It's just, right now it's free. And it's normally $55 for a lifetime. You get my $20 book. Or if you don't want, you just want to do, you know, totally digital, you can get it $20 for a lifetime. You get, you know, it's a digital membership. You get access to all my my books in the PDF version of it. You know, but as a member, you can talk to me anytime, whether it's on the radio show here, or whether it's on through email or through the newsletter. Lots of different ways. We have an organic hotline that you can call me and talk to me. See, so that's what it's all about. Me helping you to do your thing, and, you know, be happy, to grow your soil, to grow your produce, your vegetables. I also do soil testing, so that you need a laboratory to send your stuff to. I can provide you with those services. I'm very heavily into remineralization. I'm happy to explain to you where I get all my products from. That's what the show is about, showing you where I buy things, where I get some. I have no secrets from you, okay? I not only teach permaculture or biodynamics, but I also teach a variety of other systems that I have worked on myself for centuries, right? I do organic fertilizations. We don't use any chemical fertilizers whatsoever. None of that. Never will, never have, never will. And what I spray is totally natural, organic products. Doesn't hurt a bee or anything. Our show is right here on bbsradio.com. You get to it through my website, invisiblegardener.com. Okay, so I'm here every Saturday for you. You can email me, Andy Lopez at invisiblegardener.com. If you have questions, that's another way you can talk to me, you know. Coming up, and right after the show on Station 2 is the Cosmic Spaceship. So you want to tune into that. Make sure you have your headphones on and in your place, a relaxed place. Okay, everybody, take care now. Bye now.